So if we have to pay off, we have the company's bust.
That's right.
Well, we've got to the 2nd of January. We can do something by then.
Annie, I've looked at this from every angle. There's no way out. We're locked in.
Yeah, but what if the price of copper recovers?
It's not likely. Over the last month, it's fluctuated over a range of about $50 a ton. That's not enough to make a difference to our debts. Still owe about $1 billion. There's one hope.
What's that?
Almost half the copper was brought through the company in Botswana that Charles set up with Spear Mining.
Jason's father.
Exactly. The conclusion being that he and Charles were in this together. Now, if we can get Spear Mining to pick up half of the losses, then we might just save the company.
Yeah, but we're still going to have to pay out $400 million.
Yeah, but we can handle it. Just.
Have you spoken to him?
Yeah. He denies all knowledge of a deal between his father and Charles Bergen.
So you have to get him to admit that he's up to it, innocent.
But, I think I've got something that might help him refresh his memory. Come on, let's go.
Oh, look, it's useless. I'm just not into it at all.
It's not happening, is it? This is your own handwriting. It's not the copper plate we had before. Mind you, there's some interesting thoughts here. Darkness, fear. You need to lighten up, fella. And copper. What's that about? Darkness, fear, copper.
It's copper as in policemen, you know. I've been having a lot of problems with policemen lately. Well, in theory, I'm still under investigation for this bribing business. But unofficially, I'm off the hook. So, I imagine there's just a certain amount of fear still remaining.
Does it work?
No, we're just getting a lot of nonsense about Jason being frightened of policemen.
Oh, please, still.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just throw back to the days of Cooper and Goodman. It's over now.
Yeah. Well, I think you should forget about it.
I'm sorry, I'm in your way. I'll leave you. Bye.
I'm off to Greenwich to the National Maritime Museum. You want to come?
Yeah, why? What's over there?
This lady's been telling me about the transit of Venus in 1769. I want to find out some more information about it.
Well, what's Venus got to do with anything?
I'm not sure. I just think it might be important. Did you know that the Royal Society petitioned the King to send a ship to view the transit? They didn't think it was going to happen for another couple of 100 years. And so they sent the Endeavour, the ship that mapped the coast of Australia. But originally, it was actually commissioned to measure the transit of Venus.
So there's an Australian connection, maybe?
I don't know. Just got to follow your hunches.
Yeah.
After all, it was a hunch that we had something important to do together. That's what brought us together in the first place.
I think I fancied you as well.
Yeah, but the mission was the source of our chemistry.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Better follow your hunches.
Claudia, here are the adoption papers you asked for.
Oh, yeah, about time too. I thought you were going to get them to me yesterday.
Yes, well, I've had other business to attend to. I don't really care what you think, but you'll find that everything's there, and I hope it's of some use to you.
Bought you a coffee if you're interested.
Thank you. Hang on, Matthew, don't go. Hello, Sarah Wilde's office. Hi, Annabelle. Yeah, it's coming along just fine. Okay, hang on one sec. I'll just stick you through.
I'm not disturbing you, am I? Not in the way.
No, no, not at all. In fact, I could use your help. I sent off for some back issues on psychic and paranormal news. Anything to do with outer space, I'm highlighting.
You want me to go through some, do you?
Yeah, please. I'm just not getting very far. I keep digressing onto other subjects. There's a fascinating article on psychic surgery.
Let's just stick to the outer space, shall we? God, you don't really believe this stuff, do you? I was sucked out of my bed and through my bedroom window by a mysterious force.
Yeah, I know. There are better ones.
Yeah. I was kidnapped by aliens for an eternity. But when I returned home, all my family wanted was their tea.
No, that is fascinating, that one. It describes life on this crazy colony where everyone's nice to everyone else. And they all communicate through this really low, sweet level song.
Jenny, she's barking. She's just a sad, lonely woman with a boring husband and boring kids. She just wants a bit of attention. It's called fantasy.
Hello, Sarah Wilde's office? No, it's too fantastic. It's got to be true. Sorry, who are you? They hung up. How rude.
Maybe they thought you weren't there. Look, Jenny, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
That you only deal with the paranormal when you're not in the office and you're not with me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Have I offended you?
No.
Look, I'll tell you what, I'll make it up to you. I'll read all these magazines.
You will? Brilliant. You're a sweetheart.
I heard what you did to Max.
I didn't do anything to Max.
Well, where is he then?
He walked out.
Come on, Andrea. Max Armstrong doesn't walk out without a damn good reason.
Why are you so interested? Haven't you got bigger fish to fry?
Well, the devil's in the details.
Yes, well, nobody knows where he's gone, not even his daughter.
So are you happy running the show without him?
I could run the show with 2 YTS trainees. I am running the show with YTS trainees.
Well, if you hear from Max, let me know immediately. And as for the trainees, cut their expenses, will you? Oh, and make sure they wash. Jason.
Yeah.
I can't stay long. I have to go and meet the trustees. But before I do, there are 1 or 2 things that I'd like to clear up.
I think I can help you there, mate.
Oh, well, you don't know what I want yet.
Whatever.
Have you ever been to Botswana, Jason?
No, never.
So you didn't know that there was a company incorporated in Botswana jointly owned by Charles Belgrave and your father?
That's all news to me. Haven't we already talked about this? I told you I don't know anything about it.
Have you ever seen this before?
No, never.
You haven't looked at it, Jason.
I've never seen it before in my life, mate.
I see. So, you'd have no explanation as to how your signature happened to be at the bottom?
Look, I don't know what you're after, but look, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't constitute an agreement at all right?
Well, it's an agreement to set up a jointly owned company for the purpose of trading in copper futures, Jason.
No, it never did any trading.
What are you trying to hide? Your father and Charles Belgrave had an agreement to buy copper futures, didn't they? In point of fact, they were part of an international cartel that tried to corner the market.
Oh, come off it. That's illegal. That's completely out of character with my father.
Because of that agreement, Charles had deals with a dozen or more commodity brokers.
Look, Michael, if you've got any documents that prove that my father agreed to underwrite any of Belgrave's dealings, well, come up with them, mate. I'm sure Dad would be more than happy to pay them in full.
There are no documents, Jason. You and I both know that. Thieves don't draw up a legally binding agreement when they plan to rob a bank. It was all done on a nod and a wink. This is all that's left, isn't it?
Well, you think about that, Michael. I don't know what hole you've got yourself into, and I don't care. It's got nothing to do with myself or my father. Whatever deal that may or may not have been struck between he and Charles died the moment Charles hit the ground.
Thank you.
Now, what's bugging you?
What do you mean?
You're like a cat on a hot tin roof. You don't sit still, you're not concentrating when people talk to you. What's going on?
Well, I'm not going to say anything to anybody. I'm no good at that. Promise you won't tell a soul.
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Well, remember when we were doing that promotional video and you and Annie said what a good singing voice I had? I made a demo and I sent it off to First Wave Music.
And?
And they love it. Well, to be precise, this guy, Eddie, really loves it. He wanted to sign me up there and then, I just tell.
Oh, that's great. How much for?
I don't know, probably millions.
Brilliant. And you signed a contract?
No, I haven't signed the contract. No, we've got to wait until, to see whether the next level of management can be swung his way.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm sure he will. When will he find out?
Next week. Look, don't say anything, Sarah. I mean, there's nothing worse than people gloating about things that they haven't got.
It's killing me already.
I mean it. You say anything to anybody and you'll be found up an alley with a knife in your ribs.
All right. Fair enough, then.
We spend a lot of time here.
Why do you think our lives are too boring?
Oh, I love boring lives.
Really? Most people hate them.
They don't understand the beauty of the predictable. Things are predictable, you know what's going to happen. That gets you into a rhythm and it moves you on to something else.
But it's no longer boring then, is it?
No, it's the quest for boringness that I love. That's what I love about you.
Did you really just say that? That you love me?
Yes, I do.
Hang on, because I'm boring.
No, not boring. Predictable.
No, Matthew, you said boring. You said my life was boring. Anyway, it's not. Plenty of things happen to me that don't happen to other people. Like the flat. How many other people get their stuff rearranged by poltergeists every day?
Thought that stuff had died down a bit.
No, it's worse than ever. I don't like it, especially now Daddy's not there.
You should let me come and look after you. I'll protect you.
Thanks, but no thanks. Daddy would go ballistic.
He's not even there. Don't tell me the ghost will catch us kissing and tell him.
No. I can't explain it. I just couldn't kiss you in that flat.
Oh, come and stay at mine then. It's huge and there'll be loads of people there you probably never have heard of. It'll be fun.
No, thanks. Daddy wouldn't like it.
Don't tell me. Daddy wouldn't like it.
You found out about Belgrave's murder yet?
No, I'm none the wiser.
What kind of a psychic investigator are you? I told you it was murder. I told you who did it. I suppose I'm going to have to tell you how it was done next.
That would be helpful.
Michael Smale poisoned his tea.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
And then pushed him out of a window and made it look like an accident.
No, of course not. There were too many people there and Michael wasn't around.
Have I uncovered a flaw in your plot?
No, not at all. He must have used a slow-acting poison and it just happened to get to work while he was up there. I suppose he might just as easily have dropped dead in the lift or in his office.
Well, you've got it pretty much worked out. Have you called the police yet?
No, not recently, but I will when I've got the final proof.
And what might that be?
It's all here. Michael's plans to murder my father and make sure I was cut out of my inheritance.
Powerful stuff.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, yes, I do. See, I think everybody's right. It's just that when they try to turn simple truths into complex answers, they become confused. It's like trying to play chess in the dark. It doesn't mean to say the pieces aren't exactly where you say they are. Or playing chess in more than 2 dimensions, if you've ever played 3-dimensional chess.
You're full of it, aren't you?
Well, no, it's just that when you play with more than 1 dimension, you...
Annie, look at this.
What is it?
This is the answer to everything.
Jason Spear.
It's a security camera video from Charles's spy cameras. The compromising tapes. Watch this.
Brian, there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Where is everyone?
Just what I was wondering. There's something in the air. Can you feel it?
I think I found an answer. I think I found one answer, and I think it begs a question.
Go slowly, from the beginning.
I've just been to the Guildhall. I think I found the missing link. Lloyd's Register said that the Bosphorus was insured to sail in 1769. This was the year that Venus passed in front of the sun. Gave an incredibly bright light. It cast shadows.
Go on.
So I went to see if I could get a document on the voyage, and I came up with one. And this is the photocopy.
My God. Can this be...
Absolutely. I think we know who's been sending messages to Jason.